Hello everyone, this is the Crimson Cure, welcoming you to the Crimson Tower, a place where we keep a feminine foot on the neck of the gynocracy, feminism, and black male misandry. So go ahead, pull up a chair, stay a while, and listen.
For over 2 decades, we focused on one philosophy, the 10 life values. A system that helps us examine our lives, our vision, our leadership. Our products and our services are exclusively for men, all men. The ones who teach and mentor our kids, maintain our livestock and grow our food, make and repair our products, saves us from catastrophe, and protect our nation. The 10 life values are woven into every product and service we create. Because at the end of the day, our vision is to see all men from every community equipped with the appropriate processes and the necessary tools to be excellent fathers and the best version of themselves they can be.
Hey there, my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel. I am your host, femininity coach, and author of the Crimson Cure, and this is my perspective. So, what do we talk about today? The truth about cancel culture. I'm going to read you an article. Now, this was trending probably, a week ago, something like that. But it's important because I had a live stream, which you can check out right here, about being addicted to social media. So right now I'm going to read an article to you about Chrissy Teigen, and she got canceled. So I'm not going to go through the whole saga of why she got canceled, but she had some interesting things to say about being canceled. Because remember, she's the cancel queen. She's going to cancel everybody. And it came back to bite her. Karma came back to bite her. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to read an article. Let me share my screen. And it's going to be interesting. I'm going to come back with my perspective. Okay. So, says Chrissy Teigen says she could be canceled forever. Chrissy Teigen has decided to stay out of everyone's lives. TMZ paparazzi caught up with the Cravings cookbook author who told them she's avoiding trouble by minding her own business. I've decided I'm not getting involved in anyone's S ever again, she told the camera operators. When asked how long she could be a member of the so-called cancel club, Teigen laughed and said, "I don't know. It could be forever. I have no idea. I don't know." Seemingly trying to move on from the scandal, which first began when Courtney Stodden accused her of cyberbullying, Teigen explained she is focusing on her life at home. "All I can do is live my life and take care of my kids and family," she said. "Everyone else can make their choice." The former Sports Illustrated model revealed other members of the cancel club have reached out to her, and they've been amazing. Last week, 35-year-old Teigen addressed her membership in the cancel club after returning to social media, having pretended, quote, nothing happened in this online world. "I feel like utter crap in real life." This is interesting. This is the interesting part. "I feel like utter crap in real life. Going outside sucks and doesn't feel right. Being at home alone with my mind makes my depressed head race," she wrote. "But I do know that however I'm handling this now isn't the right answer. I feel lost and need to find my place again. I need to snap out of this. I desperately want to communicate with you guys instead of pretending everything is okay. Despite saying going outside sucks, She and husband John Legend had no problem jetting off to Italy for a luxe vacation with their kids, daughter Luna 5 and son Miles 3, and showed off the trip on Instagram. I'm gonna read that quote again. She said, "I feel like utter crap in real life." What did I tell you about that addiction and why they are addicted to social media? Going outside sucks and doesn't feel right. Being at home alone with my mind makes my depressed head race, she wrote. But I do know that however I'm handling this now isn't the right answer. I feel lost and need to find my place again. I need to snap out of this. I desperately want to communicate with you guys instead of pretending everything is okay. So, all right. So I read that to you. What did I tell you? What did I tell you about their addictions and the reasons why they get on social media and stay on social media? All she did was tweet this and tweet that, getting folks fired, getting folks in trouble, saying all kind of crazy stuff, figuring, I'm at liberty to do it because I'm Chrissy Teigen or whatever, and I can post a hot pic sometimes, and blase Skippy. The first thing that I want to cover is she says she don't want to be alone with her thoughts. It makes her depressed head race. This is a woman who is married, has children. She's married to an A-list celebrity who is John Legend. She's more of like a C or D lister, but still she hosted Lip Sync Battle. Okay. So she was able to parlay into a couple of things, I'm pretty sure with her husband's help and influence. She got a little cookbook, cookware set at Target, that type of thing. Excuse me, Target, it's not Target. And that sort of thing. But she's unhappy. This woman wasn't happy living her own life, living her real life with her husband and her kids outside of the internet. Because why? Because regardless of the affluence, the socio-economic, you know what I'm trying to say, where she is on the socio-economic ladder, her status, her status combined with her husband's status. It doesn't matter that she has maids. She doesn't have to clean that house, that mansion they live in. She doesn't have to lift a finger to do, she's got nannies helping her with the kids. She doesn't have to put in the same kind of work that an average living woman with a husband and children has to do. She doesn't have to do that stuff. So this is why she had all that time on her hands anyway, to be on Twitter trying to cancel folk and all of that type of stuff, and didn't want to live her own life. She got little kids. She should never have had that much time on her hands. Okay? But it wasn't enough. It wasn't enough. The lifestyle that she lives, that so many other women would love to live, whether they know the reality of that lifestyle or not, all that they see is the flash and the money and the trips and the clothes and the notoriety and being on his arm at premieres and so forth and so on. That's what most women look at. They're not trying to even figure out what the reality is on the ground or what the nuances are or any of that type of thing. So you've got her living a whole lifestyle that other women crave, that other women try to lie and say they live in, that other women sell their bodies, sell their dignity, sell their soul to try to get into a position to live that type of lifestyle. And here you got a woman that's living that lifestyle, completely unhappy, getting online, capping like she happy with herself. And she's not. And the moment that cancellation forced her to leave the addiction, she didn't know what to do with herself. Like, she had to come back and let folks know, I don't know what to do with myself. This is a person that has not ever asked themselves, who am I? And gave themselves an honest reply. Or in some cases, she might have not said, who am I? And she did give herself an honest reply, and it was not good. Which is why she absorbed herself in everybody else's business, you know what I'm saying? Drinking everybody else's Kool-Aid, don't know the flavor, and all of this other type of foolishness to avoid dealing with who she really is outside of that. And I said that. Told y'all. Cripsy Q know what she's talking about. I told y'all that that's what they go through. But then here's the other thing. Here's the other truth about cancel culture. And we can see this as how Chrissy Teigen was using Twitter and other social media to wield public threat. See, social media not only allows women to engage in personal threat and putting personal threat on the table, it allows the collective of women to pose public threat to anybody she wants to threaten. This is the same thing as like Me Too and all of that type of stuff. That cancel culture, I can come through and I can cancel you based on being offended by something you did, something you said. It doesn't even have to be anything recent. I can dig back into your Twitter timeline, find something you tweeted 4 years ago and take it out of context or whatever, and then say where you're the R word, or you're discriminatory, or what I'm saying, you're whatever phobic, or whatever the case may be. And I can paint you with that brush. And through the power of social media, if I wield that threat properly, I can ruin your whole life. And women hate the cancel culture to affect them, one, because it takes them out of that fantasy world where they have to live in the real world and where they don't want to live, because they know that they're not nothing. They don't have any value. They haven't put any value on themselves. They haven't worked to have any value. So therefore, they don't want to live in the reality of their lives because their lives are valueless, right? They only have a pretend value on social media. That's all that they have. This is the life that they have. This is the pathetic lives that these people really live. And I really would wish people would stop trying to follow after these so-called celebrities and these social media influencers and these social media celebrities and all that type of stuff. Quit trying to follow these people. These people live in cap lives. It's only a few of them that actually live the way they say that they live in. Most of them they don't live like that at all. All of that pretend toxic positivity and happiness, and we just happy and giddy and all over the place. Everything's positive and everything's rainbows and unicorns. That's all cap. That's all lies. Boop, they knock that off. They need to knock all of that off. And y'all need to knock it off from following it. Because in your little world, you be capping. So they doing it. This woman was unhappy with her life. And the only thing that she could find any type of resolve or happiness in was being online and basically projecting her unhappiness off on other people by, bullying them, telling them this, telling them that, trying to get other people canceled, trying to get people, written off, trying to get people fired for, just wielding a public threat, just being a whole public nuisance. Just being a nuisance. Okay? Being a whole public menace out here. Social media got these women being a menace. Just being able to put their threat on everybody's table. I can say something about you. I can say something about you. Or I can say something about you. Get you fired. Get you turned down. Get you canceled. Get you this. Get you that. All I got to do is tweet it. I got 3.6 million followers, and all I got to do is put it out there that you did something, said something, went somewhere, blase, skippy, and paint you in a certain little light, and my 3.6 million followers arrive for me. Next thing you know, you'll be trending for all the wrong reasons. because that's the threat that I like to bring to the table. And I'm bringing that threat to the collective table of everybody. And this is one reason why they like that so much. They like social media because they get to wield a threat everywhere. I don't have to just do it in my personal life with people that I know. I can do it everywhere. I can be a threat everywhere. And they utilize these threats not only against other women. See, they know men don't care about the social aspects, about the social aspect necessarily of cancel culture. One moment. My apologies. Men don't care as much about the social aspect of cancel culture. When these gynocrats wield that threat against men, they are doing it to ruin men's mobility, to ruin his leisure, and to strip him of his wealth. So when gynocrats use cancel culture against men, they are trying to ruin his mobility, his leisure, or his wealth. Strip him of his wealth or ruin his wealth somehow. Get him fired from wherever he's working at. Ruin his business if he's the owner of something. Ruin his business where make people don't want to shop with him or make people don't want to, pay for whatever service he had. If he's a sports entertainment person, have teams drop them. If he has endorsements or something, have those sponsors drop him. Those types of things. They like wielding the threat. And that's the truth about cancel culture. When gynocrats like cancel culture and dealing in social media because they get to present threats to people and not be held accountable for any of it. They don't even have to face you or deal with the person that they wielded that threat on, that they pointed that gun and shot them over social media, and they ain't even got to talk to them people no more. They can go about their lives after they click off of Twitter and go about like they didn't do that. Like they didn't just ruin somebody else. They get to pretend that everything they did online is pretend. Like that's not real life for somebody else. If I tweet something about somebody and I got millions of followers, people who are listening to me, people who take what I say seriously, and I say such and such and so did this or did that, and it's supposed to be negative, them people gonna ride for me. And if the court of public opinion say so, or speak too loudly or too harshly against that person, then that person's real life is gonna be affected. Either their mobility, and I forgot one, their mobility, their profession, leisure, and their wealth. That's the threat that these gynocrats like to wield, and they do it on each other. And for the women, the social part is actually the most damaging. For the men, the external things are more damaging. His mobility, his profession, his leisure, and the ruination of his wealth. So when they wield this cancel culture threat, they doing it for different reasons depending upon who they're pointing their little gun at, who they shooting with the cancel gun. Okay? This is why they like it so much. But they loathe it when it ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun. When somebody else pointed at you and you got to be canceled. She was living her life. She was living a high life, making other people miserable as she was in reality. She trying to project that negativity and that demon off on other people, trying to offload it on her instead of getting her life together, getting her whole life together according to the 10 life values. Boop. So if anybody ever showed Chrissy Teigen in his video, Miss Chrissy, you need the 10 life values, ma'am. Okay, you need to get your spiritual self in order, your health, your family, your appearance, your dwelling, and quit trying to ruin people's mobility, education, profession, leisure, and wealth, ma'am. Boop. You need to be canceled. And everybody else that think like you. That's what needs to happen. Too busy trying to wield the threat everywhere. You want leverage everywhere to be able to ruin somebody, to be able to destroy somebody in some way, shape, or form. And really, to be honest with it, that's why we call it demon time, because it's sick. It's really sick. It's crazy that these gynocrats even think about this type of stuff. This is what you sit up and do all day. Figure out how you can, clap back at somebody, and you got a little slick something to say over here, and you got something slick to say over there, and you double dog dare somebody to say something to you, or else you gonna really get them and your followers and blah, 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 blah. Like, this is crazy. This is nothing but public demon time. You on public demon time with that foolishness. Okay? So the question that I have for my viewers that I would like everybody to sound off in the comment section about is, do you agree that this is why they like cancel culture so much? That they like to just be able to wield a threat anywhere at any time on anybody? Sound off in the comment section for me. Let me know what you think. Like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you have not. Once again, I'm your host, The Crimson Cure, and this was my perspective. Bye-bye, Crimsonites. Hey guys, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. And if you've got more to say on the topic, leave a comment down below. Also, don't forget to support our sponsor, who so graciously supports this channel by clicking the description box and the link for A-Game at agameherbal.com. You can go ahead and get a 10% discount off of your next purchase using the code Kendra10. This has been yet another Crimson Cure production, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.